Right, this box here, what it does basically is guitar input goes over there, and then there's an amp chip over here, which is TDA2030 is the chip number, and basically that amplifies the guitar sound and feeds it into this motor, which then puts the sound into this spring, which you can hopefully see, which is a bit of heating element, and then this piezo disc stuck onto the spring picks up that sound and outputs it over here. So that's a spring reverb, and it's definitely not the best spring reverb possible. I mean, using this motor as a transducer to put the sound into the spring is kind of sketchy, and also I'm sure there's better ways of picking up the sound than using a piezo disc, and I'm sure there's better ways of mounting the piezo disc even if I did choose to use a piezo disc. But this is just one of the easiest setups that I could think of to actually make. And also there is distortion in the op amp. I have some elements in the feedback loop. I have a diode and a capacitor connected just completely randomly. I just connected them, and then the sound I got is the sound I got. And yeah, there's two knobs. So basically this one is gain on this chip, so that controls the amount of distortion and also actually the amount of reverb, because with low gain you get a low signal into the motor. And also, alright, there's this knob which is dry mix, because I get to correct whatever I like, and that's basically I'm taking the amplified output and feeding a tiny fraction of that back into the, or rather I'm blending a tiny fraction of that with the actual piezo, and it's in series, so that's a little weird, but that seems to work. Yeah, I'll put the schematics up for this, and I'll also probably link it in the description, but that's what that is. And this basically controls the amount of the dry signal, or well, just the output from the amp chip that is going directly to the output on this box. So now I'll just show how this thing sounds with a couple of different settings, and first I'll just give you a reference tone, because I'm going to be using that homemade amplifier in the background over there. And so first I'll just give it kind of a clean, or well, I'll try to make it clean tone of the guitar into the amp, and then a few different sounds out of this thing.